Well, welcome back, fellow YouTubers, toy and toy train buffs, to another running session out here in the cave. Before we start, thank you to all my new subscribers. I am 10 away, or maybe it's 9 away, from 800. So, not long before another milestone is reached, I hope. This is a run that I've been wanting to do for a long time. It's been on my mind. The trouble is that the cars that you see running here, they were scattered out all over this place, and it took me a while to gather them up all in one spot so that I could put together these two consists. Now, I suppose you're asking, well, Ed, why don't you show yourself this time, like you have the last couple of videos? Well, right now, you know, I'm an old poot, and I'm just kind of dealing with some energy issues. I don't feel like climbing up on that ladder. It's only got 2 steps. It's a small ladder. I just don't feel like climbing up on it. So I'm just doing this whole thing from behind the camera this time, and we'll go from there. But that being said, this is if you've watched my short that I did a couple days ago. This is 2 consists consisting of shorties. Now, what's a shorty? Well, the first one I'm going to show you is Shorty boxcars, also known as plug door, double door boxcars, whatever you want to call them. And it's the smaller versions of them, the kind of thing that were often included in starter sets. Now, what do I mean by shorty? Well, first, let me do something here. Alrighty, I'm going to put this on the track, on this first track. Alrighty. This would be considered a traditional size standard traditional size boxcar. Alright? Not to be confused with standard O. This would have been the main size of boxcars back in the day. This happens to be an MPC era. And this one has operating doors. Alright, sliding doors. And there you have it. Now let me pull this train up a little. Okay. There we have it. You see how different the two are? I'm trying to do this with a tripod to minimize shaking. Alright. Now, what differentiates besides the size? What differentiates the 2 cars? Well, the standard traditional size cars often have operating doors. They are, of course, longer. The shorties are, as the name implies, much shorter. They're only about 2/3 the length. All the details are molded in. There's no separately applied details. And as well, sometimes you have dummy couplers. Oftentimes you have dummy couplers. Sometimes you have operating couplers. And there's minor differences, but they did come in a wide variety of schemes. All the way from the post-war era through MPC, the Richard Kuhn era. I'm not quite sure if any were made after the Richard Kuhn era. I have no catalogs from that time frame, so I don't know. But I tell you what, let's look at this a little closer. I'm going to scooch that up there. All right. Okay. I'm going to take the Chicago Northwestern car off of there, and let's take a look at what we're running. Now, over the years, I managed to get some duplicates of some of these cars, and that's okay. Baby Ruth. Rio Grande. Uh-oh. If I do it just right, which I haven't. Oh, I see. It's kind of stuck on the switch. Rio Grande, Conrail, Hershey's, Wheaties, Great Northern, Toys R Us, J.C. Penney 75th anniversary, Bosco. I got a couple of Santa Fe's here, same car. Swift Premium. This is the Townhouse TV and Appliances. This was from a special set for a company in Milwaukee. Van Camps. I have a different Santa Fe. And of course we got the C&O caboose, because the train itself is headed up by the C&O steam engine. I have a Wabash car, but it's in the set box and I didn't want to drag it out. So, and I have 3 more on order. So, that is the Shorty boxcar consist that we'll be running. And I know this Chuck over at Chuck's Lionel and Mark's Trains channel, he's done a couple videos on these, and that's what kind of got me started with doing these shorties. These things are perfect for small layouts. Now, if you got like a 4x8 or even on my smaller edge of town layout, these cars are perfect for that. So, and I love them. But here's something I don't think anyone has covered yet. We're going to start with the engine. And we'll talk about that noise here in a second. First of all, the engine, number 8602. I bought this thing. It's a 442 Atlantic. All by itself. It didn't come with a tender or anything. It was loose. It works great. All right. It's been pulling this train with ease. It's a good smoker, and it's a fine looking engine. Not quite sure. I'm pretty sure this was an engine that was a part of a set versus a separate sale kind of thing. And I'm not quite sure. I did see one photo of it pulling a New York Central System tender. All right. So, but what we're pulling today is alrighty. Now, here's the deal. I've had this tender for ages. Haven't run it. And I got it before I knew anything at all about these soundostatic tender sound systems. And it's a good thing I read up on these. I took it apart. The circuit board, which normally would have been attached to the frame using foam tape, the circuit board was loose, and the foam tape had all deteriorated. I mean, there was nothing left. It deteriorated to this brown, icky dust. Alrighty. So I brushed and scraped as much of the tape off of the chassis as I could. and I gently brushed as much off the bottom of the circuit board that I could, and there you have it. So it's got a very staticky sound to it. It's like like Ken said, it sounds like a fart. Can't, but the whistle is pretty good. Got to admit. All right, so there you have it. That's the Lionel Milwaukee Road Streamline Tender with sound of steam and whistle. What are we running? Again, a mix of post-war MPC and modern era. Here we got a couple of post-war Pennsylvania. Oh, Shorty gondolas. See, I'm forgetting myself. We talked about the standard-sized traditional boxcars. Here you would have a standard-size traditional gondola. You notice how there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertical ribs. And this is a traditional size, but this would be the standard length for these gondolas. Shorty gondolas, like the Shorty boxcars, only came in sets, starter sets, and I believe there was a number of them that were separate sale, but there you have it. Now, let's get this thing rolling again. Like I said, I got duplicates. Number 6112, Lionel. 6112, again. A 6042. I've got this Railblazer, several nickel plates, nickel plate road. Now you hear that static, right? Got a couple Southern Pacifics. This one is cool. Came across this a couple years ago, just looking up Milwaukee Road rolling stock and whatnot, and someone had offered this. This is a custom job, and I love it. A custom Milwaukee Road Shorty. It's awesome. Couple of Penn Centrals. Blue Santa Fe, and bringing up the rear, a Menards Milwaukee Road caboose. So there you have it. Those are our two consists. I'm pretty sure I've got a couple more of these Shorty gondolas stashed away out here in the box or so, but this is fine. Let's get these running. Decent whistle. The static I could do without, but it are what it is. tell you what, let's bring them on home. Let that one do its last lap. Wow. Yeah, that static is something. I may have to look into getting a different circuit board for that. I'm not into electronics or soldering or stuff like that. I mean, I can solder. I've done it before. I just don't like doing it. Uh, it's one of those things. Anything to do with electricity. I don't know why. I've never screwed anything up. I've never, wired something to the point where it fried, but I just don't like doing it. It's one of those things. That is my negative in the hobby. I just don't like wiring or anything. But there you have it. That's our run for today. Shorty boxcars and Shorty gondolas. And I hope you enjoyed watching this little bit and this tiny tutorial. And until next time, tschüss, adieu, auf Wiedersehen, bye y'all.